Hey! Welcome to Kindly Fried, and today we are gonna be making one of my favorite Polish cakes, which is pretty dirty and super creamy. It's called Karpatka and it's basically a huge eclair. And you know what? If you like eclairs, you're gonna love that cake. It's delicious. It's not too sweet, it's creamy, elegant and pretty dirty. Seriously, what's not to like about it? Stay with me till the end of the recipe for some extra tips. First, we need to make the choux, and here's my recipe for that.
In the pot, put 87 grams of milk, 60 grams of water, 66 grams of butter, and let it all melt down and bring it to boil. Then add salt, and when everything is boiling, put flour inside and stir it directly. The dough is gonna cook straight away. You want the dough to be pulling off the edges and then still keep it inside on the low heat for a few minutes just to make sure everything is pretty dried out and the excess moisture is out. That's perfect. Then transfer it all to another bowl and let it cool down for 1 or 2 minutes. You don't want it to be too hot, but definitely not too cold.
And the texture of the choux should be rather like a thick paste. Should not be too liquid and should not be also a big clump of dough. And it really depends what kind of flour you're gonna use and how much moisture is still inside of the dough.
After a few minutes, your dough is ready. So add slowly 3 eggs. I do it in 3 times. Egg, whisk it. Egg, whisk it. Egg, whisk it. You know the drill. Until you get a nice and thick paste-like texture.
So if you see that your dough is becoming a little bit too loose, just stop adding eggs at that point and bake it as it is. The baking process.
Prepare your form and then bake the dough at 190 degrees for half an hour, then 160 degrees for 20 minutes, and do not open the oven while it's baking.
So the secret to a very good choux is that you need to give it an extra time in the oven to make sure that it's very dry. Soft choux, it's a no-no. In the meantime, when we have our choux back in the oven, we're gonna get into the pastry cream recipe. But first, let's have a little dance for our small achievements.
For the pastry cream, heat up 480 grams of milk. In a separate bowl, put 80 grams of egg yolks with 106 grams of sugar, 48 grams of cornstarch, and whisk it all together. Set it aside and grate some tonka bean in the milk. When the milk is warm, slowly pour it in the egg mixture, maybe even in 2 times. Then whisk it together and transfer back in the same pot. Cook it slowly, whisking constantly until it's thick and good. Put parchment paper on.
The pastry cream, you can just keep it on the side until your choux is ready, but don't put it to the fridge. You don't want it to be too cold as well. It's basically a mousseline cream, which is pastry cream with butter. And for me, I kind of also like to add a little bit of yogurt inside because it's gonna make it more soft, delicious and slightly acidic with an addition of yogurt. It's a trick from me for free. If you prefer your cream to be more buttery and more heavy, just skip the yogurt. Always and always while making a mousseline cream, Make sure that all your ingredients are tempered and you will not struggle to achieve the right texture of the cream. The last thing you want about the cream cake is that the texture of the cream is just not right.
220 grams of soft butter and whisk it all up. Then add all the pastry cream you made before and whisk it. Make sure you scrape all the edges and whisk it again. Yes, you guessed it. Then add 40 grams of yogurt and you know what to do. Homogeneous.
And now it's time to put our cake together so we can all go walk around our Carpathian Mountains.
So the cake is ready and looks absolutely fantastic. Now we're gonna take it out of the form, cut it in half, put the cream inside. The top layer, you're gonna fill all the holes with extra cream. Put it together like a big sandwich and tap it so there's no big air pockets inside. Put it in the fridge for 1 hour.
Okay, I have an extra tip for you. Are you ready? In the summer, I really love to stick a little bit of strawberries inside, raspberries or any other kind of berries that you can get. It makes it more summery, it makes it more fresh, it makes it more fun as well. Also, what you could do is to flavor the pastry cream with some other flavor. So you could use vanilla extract, you could use some matcha tea or even a tiny bit of lemon zest. It's gonna change the profile of this cake a little bit. You choose, it is your cake.
After 1 hour in the fridge, the cake should be ready. Take it out and then sprinkle some icing sugar on top of it to make the snow effect. And what is it? Cake or a mountain? Cut the slice of the size you want.
Now enjoy the mountains that you have prepared and feel like you are in Poland. And also you can check out my last video for Polish gnocchi just right here. Remember to have fun and see you next time. Bye!